Welcome to the Donley Auctions Unfiltered Podcast, where history meets the highest bidder. We've got amazing stories behind the treasures, insider tips for both buyers and consignors, and maybe even a cameo or two from Tucker the Auction Dog.
Join us each week on your favorite podcast platform that supports video, like YouTube or Spotify. We've got some great visuals to enhance every episode. Hi, I'm Randy Donley from Donley Auction, and I'm here with Ryan Boyle and Tommy Boyle. And we're here today to actually explain first what you see behind us, which is a 70-foot long oil painting, 70 foot by 11 foot tall, that used to hang at the Medina Temple. But this is an interesting story that's going to kind of unfold. It's kind of a Chicago history story. But I asked Ryan to come in today with Tommy because I want him to talk about a charity that you run.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And explain what it is, how it functions, what the purpose of it is, and everything. Because actually, this oil painting that used to be at the Medina Temple in Chicago is being donated to the charity, and we're hoping to find a location in the city of Chicago that might want us to hang this historic painting from 1912, to hang in a building somewhere in the city, or an institution, or just a private art collector. But again, it'll be either sold directly or auctioned off. We're not sure 100% at this point, but let's sit down over here, and we'd like to hear more about the name of the charity and what specifically it does. Tell us about the charity. First, what's the name?
It's the Thomas J. Boyle Memorial Foundation. It's a charity that the background is that my father served 30 years on the Chicago Police Department. And afterwards, he started doing contracting. He did...
Contract military.
Yes, where he would be directly embedded with the military. He did 4 years in Kosovo, 4 years in Iraq, and on his second year in Afghanistan, he paid the ultimate sacrifice. So after that happened, and after the shock kind of wore off, oddly enough, a neighbor that we both know, Jasper Sanfilippo, came to
From Barrington, Illinois.
From Barrington, Illinois, from the Sanfilippo Foundation, came up with this great idea to start this foundation, and basically they pioneered it. My dad was a very giving individual. When he was on the police department, I would meet him off of Western Avenue at hot dog stands. And he'd buy me a hot dog, and he'd buy all these kids hot dogs, and then I'd say, "Dad, what about you?" And he'd be like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm good." That's truly how my dad was. So when he was over in Afghanistan, he asked my mom to send some toys. That day, we just came back from the post office from sending off those toys, and then we were greeted, unfortunately, being notified.
Oh my God.
And it was the Saturday before Father's Day, which made it even worse. But to make the story even greater, we shipped them, and then the package comes up MIA. They can't find it. So now it becomes, like my dad's last, gift or whatever. So they actually sent out a team to find these packages, and they recovered them, I believe, in October 23rd. It was like 2 or 3 months later, and made sure that they got to the girl who my dad wanted them for. No, the package was missing from like August till October, and they had to send like a movement team to go get it, and it was almost like a Private Ryan situation where they got into some danger to get the package. And
wow.
So that's kind of the whole background, and I guess Jasper probably heard about that, and he's the one who Jasper Sanfilippo and the Sanfilippo Foundation, we owe greatly. They're a great foundation, great people, and they literally pioneered this foundation that we're able to help out as many people as we were able to. So they have Christmas concerts every year, and they ask everyone to bring toys to donate, and all the toys that are donated are therefore donated to my charity in my dad's name. And we switched it up a little bit, but we primarily help out Fisher House every year. Another one that's dear to our heart is St. Francis Solanus in Hayward, Wisconsin. It's a Catholic church on a Native American reservation, but we primarily try to focus in on first responders, Army, military, police, true Americans is what our charity focuses on.
And is it you raise money to purchase toys for children? And
we do that. The school in Wisconsin, I'm trying to get enough funds to, they don't have computers. I'm trying to get them computers. You take for granted being around here in the northern Chicagoland area, and you go up north and you see that there's people who literally don't have anything. And that's my goal, is to try to level up the playing field a little bit. But
how many years has the charity been in business?
Since 13 or 14, I believe 14.
Wow. And what year was your father killed?
12.
Wow.
2012.
Okay. And whereabouts did that take place?
Kandahar, Afghanistan.
In Afghanistan. Wow. So once again, his father, a true hero in every sense of the word. It would be your grandfather. We have this charity work that they do, which is phenomenal, I'm told. And that's why we're thrilled to be part of it, and including this very rare and unusual, to say the least, oil painting to the charity. So we're going to be looking for a new home for it. We're looking for a donation to purchase this for private or commercial use, and or we will auction it off. But we'd like to do something right around the holidays, right?
Yeah.
I mean, here we are. We're right here at the Christmas season. So we'd like to get something going with it, and of course you have plenty of pictures here and history. Again, very historic piece. Anybody who ever went to the circus at the Medina Temple, it was called the Shriner Circus. My brother and I went there every year as kids growing up, and then we had the distinct honor to be part of the organization. As they sold the building, we liquidated the contents of the Medina Temple, and this is one of the last items, iconic oil painting by Gustav Brand, painted back in 1912. That there was an appraisal done on this back then at $50,000. So who knows what it can go for? And it's being offered right now for a charity donation to, again, the name of
the Thomas J. Boyle Memorial Foundation.
But isn't it funny? I mean, your dad was in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
really.
Iraq. But when my dad came back from Iraq, he was very knowledgeable about desert life and camels and camel spiders, and camels they look to be friendly animals, but in reality they're not. They're very mean. I know that he was always talking about camel spiders that would go in soldiers' boots, and they're the size of football, some of them, and it's a completely different terrain.
Years ago, my mother, we would go to the circus for years and years, and Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, and we'd go behind the scenes, and my mother used to love to pet camel lips. She would reach up and she'd be petting the camels and everything. And one day, one of the camels spit at her. That was it.
It's
no more camel lips for Helene. But she used to just love to pet camels. And
it's funny, when my dad came back and they had one at Gobert's, and he's like, "Oh, you don't want to be anywhere near those things. They're vicious." Yeah. Like, the camel, really, Dad?
Absolute great story, and perfect, again, around the holidays. I mean, your dad would be so proud of everything you guys, your whole family's doing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's the goal. That's the ultimate goal.
There you have it. So we've got a sign off here.
You ready?
Okay, I'm going to start, okay?
Ready?
I'm going to say, I'm Randy Donley.
I'm Brian Boyle.
And what do we say at the end, Tommy?
You at the auction. See you at the auction.
Thank you, Tommy.
Yeah.
You got it.
See you at the auction.
See you at the auction. We're getting him trained here for the auction business, and this is going to be his first auction item. So if we don't get a single donation, then we're going to have Tommy in charge here of the auction. We'll bring him here and make sure that he calls the final sold number.
There you go.
Okay. Bye for now.
That's a wrap for this week's episode. Be sure to join us next week for more amazing stories, hidden treasure tips, and a sneak peek at some of the incredible items hitting the auction block. And remember, if you're sitting on a hidden treasure, don't let it gather dust. Email us at consign@donleyauctions.com and we'll make it fit in your wallet.